Have you ever noticed those players who always seem to be in the right place at the right time? Maybe you get frustrated with how lucky they are compared to you, but I'm here to teach you how to be even luckier than they are. Except, I won't teach you how to be lucky. I'll teach you how to identify the most dangerous space in every scenario and how to attack it. If you watch all the way through, then you will be the one frustrating others with your exceptional luck. Welcome to the Soccer IQ HQ. One of the comments in my last video asked for me to use Erling Haaland for an analysis, and I think that his play style fits perfectly into this video. If we take a look at some of Haaland's goals, then you'll notice that many of them look very similar to one another. When his teammates have the ball on one side of the goal, he positions himself between the 6-yard box and the 18-yard box. This is very dangerous for the other team. In fact, over half of all goals are scored from this area, with about 40% of all goals being scored between the 6 and the penalty marker. Then, Haaland positions himself on the blind side of a defender who has space in front of them. This is extremely important because the defender cannot see Haaland and the ball at the same time. Then, Haaland uses a variation of the blindside trap technique that I have discussed in previous videos. He slows his movement when the defender checks to make the defender slow down as well. Then, when his teammate looks up to cross, Haaland darts into the space that is in front of the defender. Look at what this does. Haaland is already accelerating hard when the defender hasn't even realized the change of pace yet. And by the time he does, it is already too late, and all he can do is slide and hope for a mistake. Think about when you are in the box for a cross. Are you shoulder to shoulder with the defender, waiting to see where the ball is played? If you are, then you're just making it easy on the man that is marking you, because he can just adjust right away to your changes in pace. When you are in the box, focus on finding the space that you will attack so your teammate has a target that they can play to instead of just lofting the ball up and hoping that someone will get on the end of it, because that just does not work. It is like running onto a through ball if you are just standing even with the defenders waiting and your teammate launches it over the top into the space behind the defense and you just try to react to it. Then you will never win that ball. Instead, you want to attack the space first and give your teammate a clear target to aim for. Speaking of running onto through balls, that brings us to the next clip. Gundogan has the ball on the left side of the field with space to dribble. Haaland positions himself on the blind side of the last defender who is in front of the goal. This is important because Haaland does not have to worry about the fullbacks, since they cannot easily get goal side of him. But if Haaland positioned himself in front of this defender, then he would lose his advantage of being on the blind side, and the defender could easily mark the most dangerous space in front of the goal. Notice here as well how this fullback recognizes the danger of Haaland's run and starts moving toward him. When the pass is played, it is a little slow. Also notice here how the center back that Haaland was on the blind side of isn't really close enough to make a difference in the play. This leaves the fullback as the last defender that can make a play. But Haaland has the goal side of the defender, and he has already positioned himself along the path of the ball. So Haaland looks back and moves into the path of the defender to stop his retreat. Then, when the ball has moved in front of Haaland, he touches it forward and pushes off from the defender to create space for his shot. Doing this allows for a split second for Haaland to shoot, where he does not have to worry about a defender pushing him off balance while he shoots. The keeper has to take a stance where he is ready for a shot to either side because Haaland is very central. So Haaland places the shot mid-height and in the corner. If the ball was low, then the keeper could react with a foot, and if it is high, then it is easier to dive for than a medium shot. So Haaland gives the keeper no chance of getting to the ball. Now, before you click off this video, Please go like and subscribe if you watched this far, because these videos take a lot of time and effort to make. I'm making the like goal for this video 50 if you guys want another movement analysis, since you guys have been crushing the other like goals. Also, make sure to comment a player you would like to be analyzed, even if you have already commented them on a previous video, because it is a lot easier for me to take the comments from my most recent video. If you have any questions about what you should do in certain scenarios or just general questions, then please ask them below, because that question might even turn into a future video. Also, YouTube thinks you would like this video here. And if you haven't seen the other videos on off the ball movement, then you should go watch them in this playlist here. Thanks so much for all the support. And with that said, that's it from the headquarters.